I'm Sarah Saleh, and this is the Unity Brew House, which I started with my husband Hanny just over 12 months ago.
So tell us a bit about your story. How did you get to be where you are? Tell us a bit about what you're doing.
Hanny and I were living in London, and we weren't particularly enjoying the lifestyle we had because Hanny was working very hard in financial services in the city, so he wasn't getting to see the children. So we decided that we wanted to make a change and we wanted to go into business together. So we then looked for something that we had a common interest in, and we both love beer, so we decided to open a brewery. So then we had to decide where we were going to open it. So we've moved up here to the Worcestershire, Herefordshire border where they still grow the hops because it seems like a perfect place to have a brewery. And we're lucky enough now to be brewing. Our brewery is based on Stocks Farm, which is one of the best hop growers in the country. So we're based on a hop farm, which is fantastic because we're the only brewery. So in the current sort of climate of microbreweries where they're opening all the time, it's great to have a USP of being the only brewery on a hop farm.
Seems like a sensible thing, isn't it? So tell us a bit about your journey, in terms of starting brewing in the kitchen and what you're doing now.
So I started off brewing on a 50-litre kit in the kitchen and then started bottling it, giving it to friends for them to try, adjusting the recipes to use local hops that are grown just here on the farm. And then while we were waiting for the brewery to be set up, we were getting frustrated waiting for planning permission. So we increased the size of the kit at home to 100 litres. So then I was able to bottle some beer and start selling it in just 3 or 4 local shops. But I've quickly found I couldn't keep up with the demand. So we were very excited when this brewery was delivered just less than 12 months ago now, and we were able to start brewing instead of 100 litres at a time, 1,600 litres at a time.
So how many litres are you doing a week, and how far is it going?
So we've got the potential now to do 3,200 litres a week, but at the moment, because we're still quite new, we're still in our first 12 months, so we're just doing 1 brew a week, but we should hopefully be quickly increasing that to 2 brews a week.
Where's it all going then? Who's buying it?
It's going, so the beer goes into casks for local pubs, and we've started with the immediate area and we're now sort of spreading a little bit further afield. So our beers this week had been delivered down to Cheltenham and as far north as Bromsgrove. So we're starting to spread a little bit. And the bottle beers, they are going to local shops, farm shops, independent supermarkets, all over sort of Worcestershire and Herefordshire at the moment.
So tell us a bit about your opening a sort of basically a small pub here at the weekends, and who comes along and why do you think they come and what are they getting from it really?
Our business is primarily a brewery, but it's been great. We put in a little bar with a couple of hand pumps just so that people could taste the beer if they wanted to, and then we opened on a Friday and a Saturday lunchtime, and locals have started coming and they love being able to come and drink beer where it's been produced using the hops that are grown just all around us. And now Friday evenings, we're open Fridays through the evening, and we have usually about 40 or 50 local people in here. And because I think it's only open 1 evening a week, the locals know that that's the evening to come and everyone's here. And it's a fantastic social kind of event really every Friday. So we've got people from the people who work on the farm to the people who own the farms and everything in between, who all come together, and it's a fantastic community atmosphere. So that's been, we didn't expect that side of the business to take off. So what we found is on a Friday morning, the brewery has to shrink and the bar area grows, and then on a Saturday afternoon when we've closed, then the bar area shrinks and the brewery can grow again ready for the week. So the week we focus on the production, and then at the weekends it's really great to share that with the local people.
So tell us a bit about how it's been moving from London. Do you get ribbed for being an out of town or one of these London, what do people think?
There was a little bit of maybe sort of reservation about moving into a very small community from London, and how would people receive us? But as soon as you mentioned you're opening a brewery, we made friends really quickly. It was no problem, and the locals have been fantastic, so supportive, and it's just been great. It's the best way to get to know people is to open a brewery with a little bar, because we very quickly got to know all the locals, and we really feel like we've been here for years and years and years. It's fantastic.
So do people kind of give you little tips about what you should be doing and how you should be doing it better and all of that?
A good thing about the bar is that I still use my little homebrew kit of 100 litres to do test brews. So when I've got new recipes, or last year the farm grew some new experimental variety of hops, so I was able to do some experimentation with that. And then I put the beer on at the bar and the locals taste it and they give me some feedback and I can tweak the recipes. So it's really good to be able to do that sort of market research right here on the doorstep. When we first opened the bar, it was the end of November, so we're in an unheated barn, basically. So it started off just with a few farmers kind of standing around. They arrive in their tractors or their Land Rovers, in their wellies with their dogs running around, and they'd be huddled round with their pints of beer, with their coats and hats and everything still on. And then gradually the weather started to improve, and then more people were coming, and ladies started coming as well. So now it's a much busier place. And we're just looking at investing in some heating so that we can keep that custom coming through the winter this year.
Great. And tell us about your pizza nights and all of that kind of food as well, do you?
Yeah, once a month we get some sort of food provider in. So we've had a local butcher doing burgers, rare breed burgers and pork sausages. And last month we had someone with a wood-fired pizza oven came, and we had about 150 people came to eat pizza and drink beer that was been made on site. So it's really and now people are saying, what's your next food event? What are you doing next? What are you doing next? So it's a bit of a momentum going now. So we've got, in October, we've got someone coming and doing posh dogs with us, which they're designing hot dogs to go with the different beers that we're going to be serving. So it's taking off.
And look, I mean, I don't know whether you get this as a brewer, and you know, you're quite new to it, I think, but people say they have this quite strong affinity with hops. Do you feel that, and what do you think that's about?
There's an amazing number of people who come into the bar and they say, I remember being brought while my mum was picking the hops. And they, especially now at hop picking time, the hops are being picked and people walk in and they go, oh, that smell of hops just reminds me of when we used to come here for holidays and my family would be picking the hops and whatever. So yeah, it does. Everybody seems to have a story related to hops or hop picking. A lot of people that come in.
And is it rubbing off on you yet, the smell of hops, or is it a bit too?
Oh, I do. I love the smell of the hops. I think it's brilliant, and to see them being picked, and then I'm brewing here right next door with those hops that were picked. It's just, you couldn't get any better.